Welcome everyone. Today we're talking about RE for hire and we have Holly, who's the CEO of Global Merces. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
So Holly, tell us, why did you start an RE for hire?
Sure. Well, I originally acquired the RE mainly because I'm obsessed with efficiencies. When you've got people who invest in one of your products, managing their experience end to end is really crucial for them actually wanting to invest and stay as an investor. So acquiring the RE meant we could oversee our own funds. It also meant we could bring to market some really interesting, innovative funds that other REs aren't willing to take the risk on.
Wonderful. So tell me, what are the benefits when it comes to outsourcing your RE?
Sure. There's quite a lot of benefits for outsourcing your RE. Mainly is the compliance burden, which is significant in this space. You've got your licensing regime as well, which you have to comply with. You have your risk management policies. I could go on. There's an awful lot. And at the end of the day, as an investment manager, you should be focusing on raising capital into your product and then making sure you perform, whether it's property, share trading, whatever it might be. That should be your focus.
Great. So as a funds manager though, isn't it my job to do my own compliance and admin?
Absolutely. You still are responsible for it. Most of the companies that we find that we go in to assist it's become a bit of a problem they have to deal with, but it's an important thing that you have to have in order for your fund to be compliant and stay in the market. So having us as a resource, and again, that's another benefit of outsourcing RE for hire, is you get all the infrastructure and resources of that RE. And it just takes that burden off with these businesses that we go in and assist.
So you must see a lot of funds and you do an audit. Is everyone compliant?
Well, not necessarily. No, not to perhaps the standard that they could be. I'm all for making sure that it's balanced with commercial reality. You have to have that perspective on it. But you still have to meet all the regime requirements that ASIC have in place, which is why when we go into a business, we do what we call a fund readiness analysis. And the value of that is it gives the investment manager a complete overview of where they're going and where they're at. The time frame, the costs, and all of those things. And that's really important if the fund's going to be a success in the short and long term.
That's great. So you come in and you'll actually assess my fund and give me the checklist and the audit to make sure I'm compliant, because a lot of the time you don't know what you don't know.
Exactly. And when I originally first got into funds management and acquired the RE, I went on a very steep learning curve to learn all of that, which meant I also went out and acquired incredible resources in terms of talent, in terms of team, but also, bringing on the resources that are required to bring all this compliance in to manage my products. And I thought, well, others can benefit from this as well, rather than kind of meandering through the woods trying to figure it all out in an ad hoc fashion. It's much better to do it strategically with the right people.
So effectively, you're also bringing efficiency to the industry as a whole for Australia. And with the rise of investment in funds, which is great to see in Australia, do you see this as an ongoing trend of people outsourcing their RE?
Absolutely. I think, we demand innovation in a lot of areas. We all have the latest phone. We all have, we like to get the next car upgrade. But for some reason, we don't demand the same thing in our investments. Instead, we're still investing in products that were built in the 80s. Your stock markets, which have this ongoing legacy status, which, whether they deserve it or not ongoing is another discussion. But one thing we're passionate about is by bringing this efficiency as an RE for hire, we can actually help those with innovative products come into the space, whether it's a cryptocurrency fund or a really interesting property development fund. All these things we have the risk appetite for, but more importantly, we want to go in and work with these investment managers to bring their product to market.
Very helpful and insightful. Thank you, Holly.
No problem.